All right, we're starting now.
Recording bot.
But no. Save versus death, everyone. Ship explodes. Save versus death. That Sturm, you damn well know save versus death as a save.
You're muted, Ian.
Save versus death. It's a first edition save. Anyways, so would anyone like to sum up last time?
What kind of save?
Versus death.
Good.
Natural 20.
Save versus death is a what?
I guess I feel.
We bid on the wrong boat.
We bid on the right craft.
Yes, we did.
We bid on the craft we intended to, not the craft we probably should have.
No.
Should is subjective there. There are a number of reasons we wanted this craft.
Besides, we have no idea what the bidding could have gone up to against this other bid.
Further,
Go ahead.
just because it is
Cooler.
a
Differently able.
differently abled is about right. It's just because it's an ironclad doesn't mean it's the right tool for our job.
Sprocket will beg to differ. He has also put boat engine into his list of things he needs to look into.
That's okay. Perfectly acceptable to make this ship a sleeper.
Although, we should make sure that any such adjustment is in keeping with the ship's lines and doesn't simply shake it apart. Like, you can put an engine on any ship, but you can do it right and you can do it wrong.
Well, I think
So-
the Gnomes party would like to
No
give
giant
their
out.
own input on that.
I'm sorry, I missed something.
I was saying that the Gnomes in this party would like to go against that assumption
Correct.
and put an engine in everything.
Right.
Correct.
We'll humor them as long as they can manage to do it in a way that is
Without blowing up the city, both included.
yeah, blowing us up, blowing our ship up, ripping our ship apart by tearing itself with its own power.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Ripping a hole in the fabric of time and space.
Yeah, I remember
See, that's just a fun Tuesday.
Yeah, you've never had a
Once-
character that did that.
No, I
So when we start,
We'll busy ourselves with all
1
the-
second. Phone call.
collecting the documentation,
Mhm.
meeting the appropriate authorities to file the change in ownership, etc.
Yep.
Find out what the stipend is about. Maybe meet
Right,
the
so
king
what are you guys
if we
going to
need
be doing? Or I should say, you
He
have
knows we
one,
know.
and the last one is gone,
And he
people
knows
are
we know. He
getting
knows
up
we
and
know.
leaving.
Uh-huh.
But it might be fair to officially acknowledge it.
Possibly.
Yeah. Be interested in dealing with his sea turtle problem.
I
I guess
has
we
walked
just
off.
okay. Would it be appropriate for us to be getting over our our prize, perhaps we will do that. In fact, is the Kingfisher still in the area?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Then I'm not concerned. Yeah, I think
I have
we'll
no idea. You'd have to ask someone.
we'll get our ship shape. Make sure everything's in order.
Well, let's
Reinstall the
see.
hardware.
There
That's
are
our
some
current
people
goal.
by the desk where you registered. The auctioneer has walked off to the side and is discussing something with one of the
Are there any paperwork
security.
proceedings required of us at this juncture?
Several people who have won auctions are walking towards
Is there any
a
reason
small
we can't
desk
just
nearby
climb aboard
where
our
you
ship and
registered.
start
That there is now a
messing around with it?
short man forming some.
So we will
paperwork.
ask whoever there is to ask.
All right. What's everyone else doing? Or is everyone just queuing with him?
Okay. We will queue up in that line.
Conrad has little else to do besides stand around with.
I'm pretty sure Bernard fell asleep on his chair.
Trying not to look out of place.
Sorry, I return.
Yeah.
Anything.
All
Bernard
right.
is currently sleeping, snoring very loudly.
I think we're queuing.
Are we still at the auction, or are we waiting to pick up our?
At the end of the auction, there appears to be a desk where people are lining up to fill some things out. So
I see. Sprocket and Eitri will go with Roscoe in that line.
Meanwhile, I suppose Conrad will go straight away.
Is the Blue Legion guy in? Not the Blue Legion. The Kingfisher in the line.
Keeper said he walked off.
Okay. All right.
That was my first question. What's he doing?
I was gonna say I was going to have a conversation with him.
I need to go ahead. Okay, sorry. Be back.
No worries.
We
I can't
may yet be able to have a conversation with him.
Right.
But if he's not like glaring daggers at us still, I guess he's okay with our activities.
My thoughts are, since they knew we moved the cannon the first time and we tried our damnedest to hide it, we should probably just tell them when we're going to do it again and possibly be under their guard.
Well, yeah.
We are
Got it.
after all trained
Well,
professionals.
you arrive at the
Well,
desk.
yeah, as we just described, they know, we know, they know, we know.
I should say you're standing in line
Yes.
behind the next
So,
go, who is. Hold on.
Eitri is
Must
getting
remember all of
visibly
my
excited for
The fact
bureaucracy.
that I wrote down all these people's names. There's nothing on God's
Meanwhile,
radar
Conrad
that's going to
is
let me
sat back down
remember
at the
those
table
off the top
with Bernard
of
keeping
my
an eye
head.
on the group queued up and
I
contemplating
don't
of
believe so.
some sort.
Like, that is
Roscoe
one
is-
of them.
Visibly resigned to bureaucracy.
What on earth is this? Oh, shit. Shoot. Good. Card I was supposed to send out. I thought I sent it out already. Oops. It's all right. We
Norman
have.
von Krept.
Everything is wonderful.
He was one of the competing bidders.
There we go. There's last week's notes. Sorry about that.
Poisonous smoke. Yes, indeed.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have all these people
No,
here.
Orman von Grupt has not. Is not the one in front of you. It is Shelvac Smythe.
I'm back. They haven't started yet. Sorry about that.
Not for the Blue Legion. Yes. Akatopa? It starts with A.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. He is among those who were. His aim was to bid on ships
Probably for the Navy.
for the Blue Legion. Yeah,
ACATTOPA. In case you're wondering.
not the Blue Legion. Oh, right, the Blue Legion is the
Yes.
Guild.
The
Akatopa.
Aka whatever Navy.
Mhm.
Pretty sure I don't have it spelled correctly, but
Akatopa?
Let's see.
yeah, that's it. I
Yes.
I said Akatopa, which is also
Now,
spelled with an
I
A,
should actually
but
clear.
perhaps it
technically
is
speaking,
Akatopa.
the Dricola Navy. Dricola
I do
being
have it spelled.
the nation, whereas North and South
Anyways.
Akatopa are lands.
Okay.
But
And it's pronounced A.
saying
as in
Akatopa
back.
Islands is like saying
Rack.
the British
Sack.
Isles.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Yeah. Specifically the name of the islands, whereas the nation is Dricola. Ricola. People in my permanent notes,
Okay.
my goodness. That said, all right. So
Regions.
he begins filling out some paperwork. So he hands over his placard with his number on it. He gets it up and gets out several pieces of paper, and he hands
The
her
island area we are in. Got
a
it.
small sealed envelope. She looks at, pops the wax seal inside, reads, nods, pulls out, starts pulling out
Good enough.
individual papers from each of them, sets the rest aside, and hands him about 6 or 7, from what you can tell, sheets of paper, which he signs for in a few places and is on way. So how does you? Afternoon, says. How can I help you? So very good. Let's see. So she,
Okay.
only one. Yes.
Sprocket
Here it is.
turns to Roscoe.
Yes, I have that one.
Recall. Do we have a note
All
showing
right.
that we
So you have that, and you have the stipend sheets.
We do.
And do you have
Okay.
registration numbers for your company? It's fine.
present our
It's not uncommon for this to be the first venture. Then you'll need to fill out these forms as well. And let's see, stipend form. You're already a guild member. May I have your number?
Yes.
One vessel.
She begins.
Yes.
Well, I should say, I'm sorry. He's over at the other desk. He, playing, starts guiding you through all the paperwork you have to sign.
I have the paddle, right? What we're talking about?
Okay. Starts by going through paper upon paper upon paper. Have you ever registered a new car, got
Very
your
well, yes.
license, registered a
Sprocket
business,
looks at the forms.
and signed up for insurance at the same time?
Yes, and Roscoe presents that.
Yeah. This is going to take a while. She actually starts sending you through, notices the line, says, my assistant can help you finish filling out these forms since you have so many. We can keep people moving
Dietrich's
on.
available. I'll just have him glance over it before I
He.
do.
Over at the other desk.
He does so.
I have my characters right. So, yeah, Roscoe, give me a Constitution. Well, Constitution.
Yeah,
Just
it's like 150
the check.
pages.
After a couple hours of writing, signing your name, reading everything, do not have hand cramps. You have, however, filled out everything as best you can tell.
Thank you very much.
Well, since you're both reading it, I'm going to say whoever's got the higher intelligence score, give me an intelligence check.
What, to like not fall
with
asleep?
advantage. So, all right, nothing seems untoward. Yes,
That's
actually,
likely gonna be
moment.
Roscoe.
I believe I said
Idri's
you
got an
5-year rate, which
Oof.
13.
hopefully you have.
Glad I had the advantage.
All right, so in your paperwork, it includes your loan forms. That's the other half of what you get to finish filling out here. Since you've already been pre-approved,
anything
the
in there
paperwork
about
comes
the,
with it, and you begin signing it. You have a
what was it,
monthly payment
military
of every month for the next
authorization?
10 years, $232.
Stipend.
232
Oh,
gold.
indeed.
What do you mean? Yes. That's your monthly payment on your loan. Yes. I'm just currently working off of I'm going to make it based on months, roughly. I'll translate, but just presume like you can work as if it's a normal week.
Immersion breaking.
And what sort of?
There are real months,
what?
there are real days. I am tracking them, but
It's not immersion breaking at all. What sort of obligations do we have?
I actually have to look up what I wrote down too.
Or we're required to pay that, or? Oh, okay. That's our loan payment. Yes.
How many months are in a year in this? Is it 10 or is it still 12?
You mean pay ahead? Probably. There you can pay early. There's no penalty for early payments or anything of that like that you can.
That's fine.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5% interest rate.
So I misunderstood. Go ahead, man.
Can we overpay on the loan if we need to?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Sorry,
if-
now I need to. Okay, sorry guys, bye.
So it needs the signature of your patrons.
Mm-hmm. Because that's like 7,800 gold in, I'm assuming, interest.
As in, one of
or
them's
whatever
named
the
Grimetooth.
loan equivalent is.
It's
Okay.
not bad.
That's just a lot for a long time.
No, that was just it. You
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
did get a real loan based on the fact that they knew you had patrons that could back you and co-sign your loans.
Okay. Ben.
We got wait, our patrons, as in like the heads of our group.
Oh.
Wait, I thought we got a
Jesus
legit
goes,
loan that wasn't dealing with the
they
bullshit
wouldn't
we
be
made
here.
up.
That seems reasonable. We will need this paperwork soon. This is the bank's paperwork, so you can take that to the.
I see. Yeah.
So we're gonna take paperwork to our patrons and come back with it. Is that the intent?
Yeah, can we ask about that?
Yes, that's already written down.
Where
that's
should
fine.
we bring it then? The guild?
Oh God!
Okay.
Okay. Well, so like
Now,
bank's paperwork.
you reach through
Yeah,
more.
the other part is
There are some
the
forms.
other part is the
to fill out
10,000 that's
for
coming directly
docking
out of our
fees.
account, right? Has that been handled?
Let's. How big of a ship did I
Okay.
say this was?
So I should subtract 10,000 from our bank.
You probably need
Okay, so that's done.
20 bucks.
What do those look like?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out like the physical size. Yeah. These are part of the auction itself. The paperwork prepared.
I thought I had a character sheet for the bad luck. I guess I'm wrong. Oh, there it is. It's under retainers.
No, it was automatically taken out.
It's 100 ton cargo capacity.
I think you probably have to arrange that with the bank. Though it
Rocket will turn
does.
to the
You've probably already
representative. I'm
arranged
assuming
that,
these
to
people
be
are from the
honest.
bank,
But
or are
I
they
would
part
make
of the
sure
auction
that
itself?
That's going to be on the bank's side.
Okay. Can we automatically have that amount did the loan amount deducted from our account, or would we need to take that up at the bank? No, not the 10,000. The 2,000.
Not a jump,
month,
not a galley, not a do.
Since we don't. Okay. Well. Okay. All right. All right.
Link me.
We will ask.
Rather than that. That's the one I want. I think it's a cog. Cog. I was literally like, it's a machine part, but I'm blanking. I'm like, it's not a gear. I had spline stuck in my head, actually, and I was like, no. It is a cog. My apologies.
No, it's looking like it might be a Banner, though.
Also,
Or what was
Cool.
referred to as an
yes.
Argosy.
Also, thank you. This is a thing I want. The bird's kind of cool.
One moment.
That was it.
All right.
Sprocket.
Well, now that's all said. Oh, hush you. So, length, it's probably about 20 meters long by, let's say 60 times 20. I just needed its square footage in dock space. Yep. Woo! Docking fees. The monthly docking fees are 2,400 gold. You've never dealt with docking fees before because you've never owned a
So you
ship?
say it's a 20-meter beam?
Oh, people have complained, but they're always just complaints about the ship, and they vary so widely. And it's sometimes it's numbers that are like, it costs us, or it's cutting into our margins. Now,
How bad?
now your stipend is
What?
2,100.
Okay, do we have any reasonable knowledge that it would be that bad?
I wanted to break down your cost.
Surely I've observed people deal with or complain about docking fees.
I will be honest, if I started with the stipend and then gave you everything else, been sad.
Well, maybe if
Because we're gonna make so much money just having Omar.
maybe if we do work for the Blue Legion, they will pay our docking fee, or the like.
Yeah, or at least.
You are expected.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I missed that
there's a
bit
list.
because when we
Base
started talking about the
is,
stipend,
in
suddenly
event
we
of
were
a
talking
military
about what our.
action, it's expected that your ship will be
Okay.
capable
1,100 stipend?
and willing to respond. Sort of, except you won't be press ganged.
All right. No, I am curious.
Yes.
What are the
But then again, they're also
responsibilities, if
paying
any,
you
that come with the stipend?
a lot a month. Yeah. I have a cat who's quite cuddly and fluffy.
Excellent. We've all agreed to be press ganged in the event that we're needed. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's
agreed to
exactly
this.
what I've been picturing and imagining
Got
and working from. I literally
Right, well, and we would
am
have our
using,
own boat.
And, yeah,
this
no,
cog
well, this is actually
on
being
Wikipedia as my
this
base
is the optimal
mental
arrangement.
image.
Yes.
Though it does
Under
have
such
a
circumstances.
forecastle. That being the only real exception. Not a high forecastle.
So,
it's basically
Keeper,
a cap,
just to check,
on the end.
but when you're characterizing this boat as a cog, you'd say that the high side's relatively flat bottom, round edge, and a square sail is okay.
Oh, that's not the docking fees. That is based on square footage of docking space needed.
Okay.
I'm saying you need a 60 by 20 space. I should add, this isn't a boat; it's a ship, so that's why.
Okay.
What was our docking
2,000
fees? Sorry, I'm writing it down.
400? 2,400.
Yes. Okay, and it is and it was 2,300.
Okay.
So that means for this boat, this lovely, lovely boat we picked up, we owe 530 gold per month.
It's not necessarily true.
Between
because
docking,
the docking
and
fees mean
paying off our
you
loan.
have a spot in a
Correct.
dock.
I think we can do that. I
Uh,
might be
I-
overestimating our adventuring skills.
My thoughts were auto deduct the.
Is that? Do you have that as well?
Stuff
Like,
from
is that a
our
thing
bank,
you get for
because that'll
aircraft?
give us a couple months in case we can't get back.
It's
to it
literally just docking fees.
and then we
boats
pay
and
our docking fee
rent it out.
as we need it, since we may be at sea for a little bit.
Right,
That's
and
true. If we're
not
not
leave
towards
it.
sea, we're not paying
not-
docking fees.
Yes.
Right, not
Uh,
leave it docked when we don't have to.
Oh, so we can just.
we have our very own parking spot.
No.
Yeah.
It's got our name on it.
So it's a slip fee.
By
Slip
Blue
fee.
Legion rules.
That's what it's at least for smaller boats. That's what it's been called.
Right.
Does it guarantee us the dock at any?
No,
Blue Legion
the
port?
one we're
They
paying.
probably have temporary docking.
So couldn't we get along and
Nope.
pay, like, if we're only going to be in town for a little bit, pay not a slip fee or not a docking fee, but pay just we're going to be in town for, we believe, a week.
You wouldn't necessarily.
Then how do people?
Well, you've already signed to pay them.
But okay, so we pay a docking fee here. Then we go to Haywald. How do we dock there then? And does our docking fee here pay for that? Or do we have to pay? So then what are we paying the docking fee for here?
Right. Why would we want to do that?
Okay. All right.
Wait, hold on. Did I already sign that shit?
Well,
this
yes.
20.
This
That's
is
24,000 a year right
if
there.
you want to do any
More.
business
Yeah,
with the
and
Blue
which
Legion, you'll need to have
we may
permanent
not come
docking
back here for God knows
in
how
case
long.
of needs of inspections or
Right. Why on earth would
quarantine
we
and
pay for
shutdown.
a slip at a port that
We're
we're
not
not going to
using
be
it.
at?
This is not like this is our home base. We don't
The,
know where
the
our home base
NPC
is.
does not snicker constantly.
Sprocket will inquire about the form about the docking fee, and if we can see that again, because I believe we need
goes,
to change
"All
something
right."
in that form. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. He slides the form back. He slides the form back towards him and just goes, "All right, we'll deliver this to the Blue Legion."
Wait, so what did we just do, Ben?
I got that form about the docking so that we can actually talk to somebody about it, cause that's a racket.
You
If
just
I've
gave
ever...
it back to him?
No, I got it back for us and put it in
Okay.
with our loan forms.
Okay.
And
That-
said we'd deliver it to the Blue Legion so we
Yeah.
can talk to them and be like, look, we pay guild dues and this. Fuck off.
They may be able
I
to
love it
tell
when
us
I
to fuck
watch
off.
the
They are
party
the only
slowly
game
make
in town.
themselves into criminals.
Now, the question is whether we need to be doing business with the
Nothing.
Blue Legion, and the answer is probably yes.
That's if what we want to carry cargo. But if we want to carry ourselves,
Right.
because frankly, if we can keep ourselves occupied till the tournament again next year, we can pay for the ship next year. Assuming we can.
I also assume we may find other ventures.
So what?
I appreciate you all acting in character.
Just because most adventuring parties
Now,
prefer the
continue
freedom of a less
complaining about
regulated
this
market.
as the guy who had to pay to
Doesn't
put
mean
the
that we're not one of
advertisement
them.
for his company exist in the newspaper because reasons.
Wait, am I lawful neutral?
I am.
Nope, I'm chaotic good.
As I believe him.
Mysterious. She's not you. No, that would be typical. You don't know.
I actually
Yeah.
I want to say Senteg flies up to my ear and goes, boss, what about smuggling? Wait, what's her? What's her alignment?
Chaotic something.
Neutral good. All right.
Smuggling good. Okay.
All right, so we filled out the paperwork besides the loan paperwork and the slip fee paperwork or docking fee paperwork.
We'll have to think on that. Discuss some things with Blue Legion.
Yeah. Because my thoughts are, how does somebody start if they have to suddenly? I guess they don't start with a ship this big. If
Well-
they have to suddenly pay a boatload, literally.
What do you mean?
In docking fees?
Well, why are you assuming that such a system would encourage anybody to start, or was designed to?
Sounds like a bad idea for a system.
Well,
what
it's a
was
great
that I
idea
said
for the
before?
people who
Oh,
are
yeah,
already.
sounds like a racket.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a great idea for the people who are already established.
Also, we are the rightful owners. We can now go get the paperwork for this ship.
Yeah, let's do that.
The paperwork that we had originally
Oh,
the-
way back. Like you want to
the
see
public-
all the
the public records. Can't we see the public
Yeah,
records for our own
take
ship?
forever. Like part of the reason we didn't do that is that all the public records are like ginormous.
I thought we
If
did
they
eventually pay for that.
Yeah, we
No,
did.
we
We did
didn't.
eventually pay for some of the basics on that. I think that was the time you weren't here. Then.
Did we? Okay. Because I just remember at the time we were broke and we saw 50 gold pieces. Screw that. Because that's
Yeah, no.
literally what I have written down.
We ponied up for it.
Okay. Never mind then.
So, no, what we want to do, I guess.
Oh, things we still haven't done.
Sorry,
before. Okay.
wasn't paying
so
close
our
enough
overall
attention.
plan is
I was
to
letting you guys
get
go
some
through.
time to cargo and go to Hayward, correct?
Right. Get everything
Okay.
shipshape,
I would think
reinstall our
cannon
hardware.
Yes,
reinstalling. Easy.
that is something
Um,
on the list.
I mean, cannon
we need to talk
reinstalling
to
is
the
gonna be
Blue
no
Legion.
straightforward for you
We
guys.
also have yet to talk to CD the
Questions.
Lixavator and possibly get more money.
Yes.
Which
Which of those things do you want to do right now?
I'd say, actually, breaking character, keeper, which is the easiest for you because they all pretty much have equal priority. We need to reinstall the cannon. We need to talk to the Blue Legion, and we need to talk to CD the Lixavator. What's the easiest for you? Okay. Did we want to talk
Conrad,
to the Kingfishers? Sorry, go ahead.
Conrad took part in the removal in the first place, so I should be able to assist in the reinstallation.
I believe I was the one who removed it in the first place, so yeah, so should I.
Yep.
Do we want to talk to the Kingfishers and make sure there's no special thing we need to go through since we apparently got caught anyways the first time?
I mean, I think reinstalling is something they expect us to handle. We removed it, put it back the way you found it, is what I understood
It was
from
mostly the carrying it through town thing I meant.
No,
I
I
mean-
think we're okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we were
We should-
clever enough about that only the people who knew exactly what we were up to knew what we were
So,
up to.
as
That's
we're
fair.
heading off,
If we just do it again in reverse, we'll be fine.
Cannon.
All right. So I will illusion it, and we'll put it on the Tensor's floating disk and go from there.
Yes.
Well.
And the ammo.
Oh God,
are
we
you going
removed
to
all the
ask?
ammo too.
It's all in my apartment.
Oh yes, it's in the temporary
Of
docks
course.
until you finish filling out all your paperwork.
You get there, and the apartment is in flames.
May or may
Yes,
not
though,
have
you can't
rigged it.
remove the ship.
Yes, we will be
yes.
we will be installing our property on our property.
Do we know where the ship is docked?
As you walk away, you see the representative from Sir puts his desk
Yes.
up too high and can't read his own notes now. Hold on.
As we're leaving.
How's Bertrand?
Okay.
I put it up so high that I
Installed
couldn't
there, I
flip the
guess.
page.
Are we allowed onto the temporary docks in the meantime? Okay, that's fine.
Who's the most perceptive man in
We can
all
put
reality?
our belongings
says,
onto it and kind of
You-
move back in.
Word of warning, you might want to ask how much the fees are for
We split
the
up and go to our
temporary dock.
respective hovels and get our stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goes, oh, see,
Sheesh.
for your ship, they are 50 gold a day. Wait, let me make sure that makes sense.
Yes. Thank you.
Sprocket will turn around and do so.
Yes, this does roughly make. Well,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so unless we're more than 3 days in.
I was actually going to put it there. Sprocket prepares by taking a drink of water and making sure to hold the water in his mouth while the price is said.
yeah, your dues are your dues.
The monthly rate is a better rate if you're going to be sitting around in port all month.
Well,
But
as far
if
as
you're-
we know currently, the monthly rate is just the another dues rate to the Blue Legion.
Like I said, only if you're operating. If you're operating under the Legion
Sure.
at all, you've got to pay those dues, right, Keeper? Is that still
That's not dues, that was docking fees.
Well,
Dues
yes,
are
yes.
something different.
right? But right, you know
If
what I
you're
mean.
operating under the Blue Legion at all, you need to pay these dues.
If you're a member, if you have a
You also
ship
have to
under
pay
the
this
Blue
docking
Legion.
fee if you own a ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Having
no
never
other
dealt with this before, Sprocket is less than thrilled.
foreign ship,
So
extremely high docking fees. would be
I'm
paying
feeling
tariffs.
particularly thick at this moment, and I'm sure it's not simple.
No, that is actually a separate nation.
I'm trying to understand under what conditions are you required to pay for docking in this manner?
From what we were...
Do we
Yeah,
have
I
a
was
ship
thinking-
under the Blue Legion? Okay.
Yes.
What would a ship not under the Blue Legion look like? Okay.
Yes.
So that's the only way this is going to go down, is what you're telling me.
Does the Blue Legion operate out of Haywald as well? Well then, let's think about this before we actually, assign on with the Blue Legion, because that
Well, hold on. But if we're at the same time, the naval stipend might only count
No,
if we're
but have
signed
fun
on
with
the
that
Blue Legion.
paperwork.
Is
Right.
that the case?
Well, okay, so that means that with that stipend, we
Roscoe?
dock this slip for
Give me a-
what
give me a
300 gold.
insight.
That is true. I'd completely forgotten about that.
That's not that bad. It's really
that's
not,
not-
when you think about it. God knows what they charge us as a foreign ship.
Yeah, all right. Let's deal with that. And is it taboo to
Good.
like
Congratulations.
change nation affiliation? Hey, we're moving our entire business.
With the government
Well,
property on the ship.
But isn't insight based on your intelligence?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Actually, that does make sense. It occurs to you.
Whoa,
Moment of brilliance.
insight.
You're a captain now.
Oh boy.
So this means this is your crew.
Oh boy.
Crew members need
This
to
is
be
a
members
raw,
of the Blue
unmodified
Legion
20.
on Blue Legion ships.
D20. That's a 17. He misspoke.
Well, nope. It's based on wisdom. It would be like a monthly
You might
thing.
get away with that for a little while. However, require? I mean, you could skeleton crew sail from some destination to some other destination.
What about
say
passengers?
3 people at a time?
I'm simply a passing man of the claw.
There's an amount of time per day
I'm no
a
sailor.
sailor can be expected to be on task.
Well, let's do that then.
How many hands is a ship of this particular size?
There's an amount
Actually
of time a sailor is allowed
required
to be on task.
And are there any regulations requiring that you have the right number of people? Uh-huh. And what if a sailor chooses to want to be on task a little longer? All right, I recommend the more lawfully inclined party members.
Sprocket
Do
breathes
this.
a sigh of relief and looks at Eitri.
Yes, and in fact, it may be very best if my
My favorite is you're already a
my
guild
thanks
member
partner
of
for not
some
doing
other
that.
guild.
So I'm lawful, but I'm not lawful stupid.
Sprocket's still throwing in with Haywald. He would join as like a foreign dignitary if he had to. He has no affiliations to this city.
Right. And Conrad's sort of look at this like, I want to play with animals and occasionally build buildings. I am not a sailor. Indeed.
Right.
I'm not.
So you're already screwed by our world. You're not. You just opened a bank account.
I might occasionally build a
In
bank.
addition, you cannot count as one of the crew
As
members.
we're walking away, I will go and retrieve our other party members.
Like, and I should add, in the past,
the plan is
you very well know why this
the
happens.
docking
because
number and the plan is
unscrupulous
to go
ship
gather your
captains
things
will
and meet
try
there
to tread
without
loopholes to get you
distraction.
to work more for the
glares
same
at
pay.
Nidna and Gimbal.
I
No, I'm sorry, not with that. With minimal distraction.
All right. So Ichiri's 1. I need 3, right? 3 total, including myself, or in addition to myself.
Damn it.
Ah,
I don't think we can talk for Jazz, so I'd say leave Gimbal out.
Well, there's nothing that says you couldn't be a member of multiple guilds, especially multiple unrelated guilds.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Nidna, where do you feel affiliated to?
am a dedicated member of my church.
Wazik.
Yes.
Which is actually a guild. And I think Wazik likes sailors, doesn't he?
He could be
That's
our.
sad,
He could be in on.
Oh, I'm just trying to choose people who won't feel that they have to break character in order to not put me in jail.
He could be on the ship as our cannon operator. or our...
Yeah.
Yeah, our
We gotta
artillerist.
come up with a better name since our cannon is hidden.
Artillery officer.
Artillerist. So,
Firearms expert.
all right. So that's 2. So
Let
Gunnery,
me...
gunnery
no,
officer.
I need one
E3
more.
I am completely talking for Alex. Let me actually send him a message and make sure he's down with this, but...
I mean, he's lawful, right?
I think he is?
So he probably should.
Lawful
In theory.
neutral.
Ah, thank God.
You could, of course, also hire sailors.
And then...
It's a
Who's the
choice
third?
between Bernard and Conrad, really, because I don't think counting Gimbal at this point is fair.
No, I would... In and out of character, I'm against counting Gimbal. Sprocket would do it if forced, but Sprocket is also, going to have to make a character that is,
Yes, we could.
it's more money.
We were talking about that earlier, Ben.
Yeah, we were.
I will admit that I would prefer not to be damned to guild life.
You're already damned to guild life.
No, I am a faithful follower of my savior.
Wazik is not a guild.
I know, but I've already chosen him.
You don't choose Guild Life. You don't choose Guild Life. Guild Life chooses you.
Oh God.
And by guild life chooses you, we mean Roscoe chose you.
Here's another way of looking at this. You'll get paid.
If
Yes.
we ever mutiny, you look
Yes,
at me and
you're
you're like, why
actually,
did you
like,
do this?
Standing
You'll
at
know
the
why.
docks saying this nonsense.
You realize if we ever mutiny, it'll probably be me leading it, right?
That's fine.
You will mutiny against yourself.
Wait a minute!
I feel like Roscoe,
we have
at the
these
moment
three
you
guild
say it
members
as a
and we wanna
joke,
change
Roscoe
factions.
goes white.
We mutiny, I take the ship for Haywald.
I hope you're not saying this aloud in the public square.
God, no.
Wait, could we do this? Does that work?
Sprocket's also laughing and acting, well, definitely joking about it, but...
Yeah,
And
Roscoe
isn't-
is not joking about it.
And-
He doesn't think this is funny at all.
I believe Conrad and Conrad is standing there with a sternly arched brow, and everybody is just essentially accepting that the gnome is in fact a gnome.
All right, you know what, Conrad? I think you're number 3.
You do get paid.
I think you're number 3 because I'm looking at the people who don't need to occasionally use their silver tongues in very slippery ways.
So, aka, not me and not Bernard.
Right.
Stalker, what's your alignment anyways, as just out of curiosity?
Not mistaken, it will be chaotic neutral.
That seems reasonable.
One of the sailors
See, what
walking
are you, chaotic good?
like
Also-
by you goes,
What
Yes,
are
I
you
am
doing?
chaotic
he
good.
has to.
However, you're also going to have to fight against flaw that he assumes that people are trying to cheat him somehow.
That's
He's
fine.
looking-
That's
going,
the proper attitude for a guild member, says Roscoe. Roscoe's
I'm
ideal
already
is
paying,
fairness.
paying dues to one guild every month.
I'll make sure you get a fair shake, says Roscoe.
See, okay, so
Oh,
after...
hold on, guys. Sorry, my headphones decided to lose it. There. Wait, maybe.
It's true. Like
Upon
it's
hearing-
super regular.
It's
Yeah.
upon hearing all these things, Sprocket is actually voicing from his ideals that tyrants must not be allowed to oppress the people. He legitimately thinks this is a racket.
Yes, and
That-
actually, because I'm still wondering what it costs to hire a sailor.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
I guess do
Sorry
we
about
do we
that.
know that?
The
Because we
headphones
could
decided-
hire
we
on
do
a
know
guard.
that.
Gonna disconnect. Now I can hear.
I
Oh,
would
by
prefer
we.
to hire someone than be a guild member.
You guys realize that if we put NPCs on our ship, we don't have as much freedom of action.
Yeah, we do.
We could always just.
We actually potentially have more if we have a trustworthy NPC to leave behind with the boat when we're not with it.
That is true. That is actually very true. They could be our permanent crew.
I'm sorry. I need to recover from this
Would it
thought in my head.
cost generally
First mate.
to hire a sailor? And I'm thinking, like, in the end run, we
First
might go
mate
to one of
Midna.
the people we know to ask for a recommendation for somebody trustworthy or honest.
We need a ship butler.
Jesus, no.
Actually, no, the captain needs a.
Great.
First-
Now I can think of his first mate
Correct.
Bellamy.
Ah, yes,
None of
that.
us- None of us are cut out for that.
Fair. Still the
Good night.
artillerist. Midna.
I'll probably kill you in the morning.
Big guns.
Sorry.
First mate, what?
It depends on the distance of the journey.
No.
Largely, you were always paid
best,
on
Ah!
length of time from port to port,
No,
number
no,
of
not
port
Paladin.
stops,
All of these questions are
and
made
total
of that.
cargo
Yes. What do you
size.
do, first mate? Ah!
Could be first mate Balinid or first mate
You
Fancy.
could. There
It's
are
true.
extra deals for that.
Ah!
You might be dead, but it won't be my fault. I swear.
Like permanent
Alright,
retainers.
so what do I think it'll cost to hire a sailor? What's the rate?
Okay.
So
Okay.
we can't just hire like permanent crew.
Dangerous extracurricular activities a problem?
Like,
That's what I was thinking. I think that's what we're thinking is somebody kind of
All
sort
right.
of salary.
Largely
that,
speaking,
like-
per day costs for per day
Right, that-
wages
that could also
for a
act as a
sailor
ship's
are 5
guard.
copper a day.
while we're not there.
my thought was that maybe, I think his name was Kellen,
You are expected to
might be able to recommend
feed
somebody
them.
to us, perhaps,
It's likely.
or the
All right, well-
Kingfisher
well-
for that matter.
Let's get our equipment stowed. Step one. Right?
The indoor and the ship out of the temporary dock and into the.
They get the same
our
rate no matter
assigned
what. And
rate.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yes, and
you
we
have to
will be
get Blue
just
Legion.
Signing
Blue
that.
Legionnaires.
Blue Legion
Those are
racket,
10 copper
because
a day.
it's-
It's a silver a day.
There's no better way to.
I forgot. They get better wages.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh my!
All right,
Right.
and if I
It
get
is
something more
yes.
approaching a sailor of a higher quality, maybe, or is it just that they all get the same rate no matter what? Okay, that's fine. Presumably, they have.
Part of
They're
them being
presumably
Blue Legion-
qualified to do a number of things, right?
Well, being Blue Legion, they're a little more accountable for their guild, anyways. So they shouldn't run off with our ship.
Right. They also might not
In
let
theory.
us do anything that we on the edge of things.
All right.
But okay, that's fine.
Okay, well, you
All right, so-
pack
so-
it up.
Like I've been saying, I think we've all been saying for about a half hour. Let's go get our equipment stowed then. Figure this out.
No.
next.
Everything is as you left it from what you
Alright.
see.
Then I head to the. Head to Temple Plaza.
So we return to our apartments and begin readying our equipment for as subtle as we can transport. Okay. Anything look out of place?
Give me a tinkering check.
That's good. All right. So we'll get that onto our ship.
And I guess at the point, whether it's now or a little bit later, Conrad will make the journey to his quarters in his guild and pack up his stuff and move it aboard the ship, I guess.
Okay.
So,
sure.
how does the reinstallation process look for us?
You do manage to reconnect it as best as you can tell.
Can I be an asset to that?
I don't remember who it was who helped me remove it, but can they be an asset to that?
It was
Whoever.
Conrad.
High degrees of amusement all around.
I would. Oh, to get it on, yeah, I use my Mason's tools.
So do I have advantage. That is a 25.
Yeah, I got a 24.
Okay.
You helping me gives me advantage.
Right, I know, but
And discreetly stow it. Presumably, some illusions being used.
Mostly an illusion of it not being there.
Yeah, I mean, since we
until
did all
it
this,
is actually not.
right? Since we did all this offshore last time. All right, so if that is done, what's the group's next priority? And
Shall we check out CD the Lixivator? See if he's
yeah, we should stop in
All
and
right.
see if he's
Well, you have
gotten back
that
to
all
us.
installed. What were you going to do next?
We did leave him contact information.
Yeah, but our places
No,
our residents
no, you
have
haven't.
since changed.
We've been updating them as much as we can. Because our residences have been changed for like a month. So during that time, we totally did that. We were curious if we got any messages from City the Lixivator with whom we left contact information.
All right.
Okay.
Head to the bank.
He's a good ways upriver,
Bank.
so
You're at the bank.
Isn't that the direction we're headed anyways?
no,
Eventually.
it is not.
Oh.
It's a totally different place. So, all right, bank, because we got to finish that.
All right.
To the bank. All right, so what do we need to do here, Ben?
We need to deal with the loan to make sure that gets automatically deducted. Since we have 3,000, so we have about 10 months worth in the bank.
Okay.
And I think that was it for the bank. Was mostly the loan papers.
Oh, to make sure the automatic payments are going to go through.
Yeah, and possibly overpay. To try to get our 10 years down to not 10 years.
All right. How about our patrons? You know, your friend Master Grimetooth. Is he going to sign that
who
document?
is supposed to be from
Oh,
Haywall, right?
Right.
Be
That
from
was the.
from he was-
Yeah.
he was supposed to be from Haywall in the first place, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yeah.
And wasn't the other Anastasia?
Yes, but
Yup.
Master Grimetooth is
You have not kept tabs on her.
suited him for Sprocket, I imagine.
How'd you guess? We should ask about that.
What do you
Say
mean?
he's in Haywald, and what do we need to do to get this signed? Since he, obviously
Yes, they
can't
were.
sign it right here.
They were able to give you without any further check.
So meantime, I
into
guess
the
we go see
nature
Anastasia
of
and see if
your
she can sign a document for it.
proof of patronage.
Do we have any
10,000.
idea where she is?
That's a good question. So, see what we should do to get Master Grimetooth to sign this, since he is in Haywald. Wink, wink.
Ugh. We need both, I think, right? Keeper? Do we need both? Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we have to track her down first, and you got to figure out. I don't know what you're going to do about that. Forge a signature, I think.
Boy.
Sprocket will pull Bernard to the side and start having a very quiet conversation about forgery and creating an identity.
Bernard questions the value of that.
Value's about 10,000 gold.
Go on.
Well, unfortunately, they kind of made our hand show since we have to show that. But we have to get signatures from our patrons, who would be Anastasia and Master Grimetooth.
Go on.
Sprocket kind of looks inquisitively at Bernard. Leans real close. You do know Master Grimetooth is fake.
And?
Master Grimetooth is me. I need to create a new identity.
Con leans over and
Wait.
whispers, I think this is a great idea.
Okay, so meantime,
You are the
Roscoe's trying to
responsible
figure
guy?
out how he's going to find Anastasia.
But Bernard is fuming at the Sprocket right now. Because Bernard
Sprocket will
thinks
walk away and
Sprocket
give him some
made the dungeon. He isn't happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm eating ribs and kind of need a washcloth.
That explains a lot. So, just outside of character for half a minute. Stalker or Bernard may not be the most
Keen. Mind.
sophisticated
Yeah.
of
He
rogues.
is,
Yes, largely from what you can tell, she had returned home.
More of a straightforward.
so as far as
Yes.
in terms of
Her family
he really
being
does not care for
naturally nomadic, you would
At
have to
all.
track them down.
money. Likes the shiny though.
In any case, what can we find out about Anastasia? I mean, we were on good terms, and then she got caught up in some noble business, no doubt.
For $50 a day. Right.
Which is
Oh, crap.
well, that's something Bernard can do.
That is something.
So
Bernard can
getting
do.
these lines signed for is actually going to be an adventure. Oh, fun.
Oh crap! In the meantime, our ship's gonna have to sit around in port.
Yay.
Unless
Well,
anybody
I
has
need
any other
I needed to spend more time in this city anyway, waiting for my armor to be done. So hey,
No. That is not a bonus. We
It
can pay
is
for
for
your
me.
armor 10 times in the amount of time it will take your armor to be done. In the cost that it will incur for our ship in port. That's actually not true. It's not
So
that
we
bad.
need to go talk to the Blue Legion and, tell them what's going on. So, Blue Legion or Bang?
No, I mean we don't have much to say to the Blue Legion. Because we're not going to change the terms of this contract. I understand that it is what it is.
All right, so
We just went to the bank.
what were you
What
doing
did
now?
we need to do there still?
Well, since we got the understanding about the people who need to sign, it was mostly just making sure
All right.
the money was getting auto-transferred out of our savings.
So-
Okay, so did we do that?
You do that, and you can get up to
Let's
the
do that.
teller and speak with them, and they can set that up right
So,
away.
get
And they look
mine.
over your paperwork, and they start and they go, you need to have 2 cosigns for this that have already been written down. We'll just need their signatures.
Getting in line at the bank in order to make sure that our automatic payments are set up properly.
Well, that's yeah. The two you were already talking about. Well, you could pay over if you'd like. Yes. Anything paid over will be applied to principal.
So we need the patrons again? Is that what you're telling us?
Or is it the two on the account?
Just
Oh,
us.
it's us. It's us.
Okay.
Can we up the payment per month to 300? Just an even 300?
Does that and apply it to principal directly? Oh, thank God.
Okay, so let's pay 300 per month. Just
I wouldn't put it past him.
we have 3,000 in the bank, so we have 10 months worth for that.
Yeah, that's good. That makes our calculation there easy. There's also the port payments, which are going to be
which is not coming straight from our.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, it can.
That's an additional 300 a month because our stipend is 21 and our cost is 24, right?
All right, so we have 5 months. That works just fine.
Am I wrong about the stipend?
That 2,100 stipend, 2,400 monthly. Actually, we should probably need to
what
set
did
it
you
up.
decide
So
on?
all of that, like stipend included, just goes and pays that. So okay.
Yep.
So 600 is
Mhm.
coming out of our account every month. 300 to pay our loan, and 300 plus the 2,100 stipend to pay our docking fees.
All right.
So actually, 21 is going in and 27 is coming out every month.
Yes.
So are we able to hook that up, Keeper?
Yes.
Because I just want to confirm with you, our docking fee is 24, our
No,
stipend is 21, right? Okay, so what we would like for it to happen is the stipend goes into the account, and the docking fees and the loan payment come out for an even 600 monthly. So 21 in, 27 out.
Yes.
21 in, 27 out. 5 months, our account should be empty. But before that, we should have another source of income. That all make sense? Okay. Are there any hiccups on that? We both signed.
All right.
All right. So as it is, we can get our ship moved into the regular port that we're now paying for properly, right? Okay. So we will do that. I imagine this has taken a couple days now. Like, it was wearing on towards evening when we started all this. We're having to go back and forth across town. You tell me. So now that that's in our regular parking space, as it were, we're not paying extra. And I think we need to track down Anastasia 1. Maybe check out CD2. He might be in the region. So if I recall, we met Anastasia in the region where CD the Lixavator operates his personal shop. That sound about right, Ben?
Honestly, I do not recall. I don't think I was around when we met Anastasia.
It was Square 1, right? Like Square 2 was the first town
I
we
should
started.
not
and
talk
that's
to
where we met
Jazz
CD
while
the first
you
time.
guys are doing.
We bought our crossbows from him.
I told the Jazz the party was desperately pining for
did
a
we
city
take a boat or did we walk
slicker
back?
rogue.
He
goes, "Oh,
no, I think we did take
I
a
told him the
barge.
circumstances." He
But
goes,
it's-
"They
it's a-
should
it's
head over
this
to
river.
the
It's the river that
Emporium of
feeds to this
Definitely
city and
Legitimate
lets out where we are
Services,
now.
which is the store Klaus runs in
Okay.
my mind."
Not sure. Can our cog go up rivers, or is it too narrow?
Should be relatively flat bottom.
Yes, that makes sense. All right.
That's true.
Oh my. Wouldn't surprise me if Klaus was around.
Not the problem isn't so much too narrow as it is a sailing ship.
But our woodsy rogue,
Right.
or at least our less sophisticated rogue, might
Dogs
do
not
just
get well
fine
in
at tracking
rivers.
somebody down.
Yep.
So we just have infinite questions about the mundane things of this world. It seems. Can our cog go up this river, or is it too narrow? Too shallow. Oh, and has no oars. Got it. Okay.
I don't think so.
So
If
we're going to have
thinking
to
of the
leave
same
our
place.
cog in port. We will
Yeah,
be paid
somewhere
and
around
guarded.
there, probably.
That will come right out of my pocket. And
Why don't we?
then we will go by
All right.
road, and I think it's like 3 days travel at an easy pace to the original town in which we met City of the Elixavator.
Yeah, and you want to
in the
go
region
up
of
to
which Anastasia's people might be
Burr
likely
Hollow.
to be. Do I have any reason to believe that they would not be in that region? Was the town with the dam? Okay, and
Sprocket notes.
so that town as a starting point is probably the best we can do for Stalker. For
Mhm.
Bernard.
Bernard and Conrad. I mean, we have two sources of possible tracking.
Yes, unfortunately. Sometime before we leave, a couple things to square away real fast. Gonna go find our friend in the Blue Legion. His name is
Kellen.
See if he has any
I presume everything anyone says
any
is in
particularly
character.
reliable legionnaires to recommend to us, specifically initially looking for a first mate.
Preferably with a silly off-the-fly backstory.
Especially
Alright.
those.
So you're going to look for
Those are the
2
best.
retainers.
I like to imagine Nidna actually said that.
Of course it is.
I am so cruel.
We want a really good, person to recommend. Make sure they've got a goofy backstory.
Indubitably.
All right, so
I gave you guys a link
Nidna
for
does
your
not
payments.
join Roscoe when he goes to see Kellen.
I'm not even with you right now.
Yeah, 2. That'd be about right. I didn't need more reasons.
Well, they will start
Sprocket
the
also
inquiries
mentions
for
to
you.
Roscoe,
I'll
we went
shortcut
from
this a
being
bit for the
poor
sake of time, and say he
to
points you to the right
hemorrhaging
people,
money
and promises to put in
in
a
the
note
span
for
of a
you.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
He goes, "Oh,
we went from moderately
yes,
well
of
off
course.
to hemorrhaging
I
money in the
don't
span of a
really
day.
know many sailors directly.
Sorry, we went
mostly
from
the
poor
captains
to well off
that
to
I
hemorrhaging
end up
money in the
giving
span
you.
of a day.
But
A
I can look.
But yes.
And good for you. I'm glad to hear that you're doing
Yeah,
well
that's
enough.
often how it goes.
Certainly to have a ship.
God damn it, no.
Wonderful. Well, good luck, and good luck on your first cargo. What are you shipping?
Right. The sort of people Kellen would want on
Yes.
a ship with him. Not the sort of
Do
people.
you have a ship without a
Yeah.
cargo? Oh, right. Yes, of course. And he goes,
Indeed.
that's
The
good.
very-
I'd hate for
the very
someone to
ship
buy
we
a
were
ship
at.
and not have any kind of
So,
shipping
Things
contract.
seem to be falling into
mean,
place.
could you imagine having that and all of that money just hemorrhaging out and
Expect
no
to have
one
good
was
luck
shipping
with the bad
anything?
luck.
What are we shipping? We don't know yet. At the moment,
Kellen goes,
Present, although we have
Killen
a
does
few
overhear this.
things
He
that are
goes,
detaining
"Oh, no,
us,
we don't have to cover it.
and we'll
Shipping
be off
contracts are always
shortly."
private things.
if
There are
in the meantime,
certain
if
things
you
that are
could find
covered,
a
but
car,
those are mostly
wait.
private.
Do we? Sprocket turns to Roscoe. Do we talk to them about cargoes?
Shipping
Those-
contracts.
Where business happens?
Shipping
Sprocket-
contracts, indeed.
Sprocket turns to Roscoe. Do we talk to them for shipping contracts?
Do we? Does Rob know who one talks to for shipping?
Where would we go?
We might go to see
I
the
believe we can
Elixavator.
establish at this point that Sprocket's
Where
arrest
would we go to
record
find
is
shipping
non-zero.
contracts? We have some friends who are in need of one.
City
the
might
black
be the
market.
very one.
Welcome
No.
to having business
Do you really
partners.
shout to the black market in the middle of the Blue Legion office?
I don't have any affiliation to them. You can literally just like stomp on me and be like,
You know,
he's a
you and I share a bank account.
He's going to be great with
He's
helping
not
run a business.
wrong.
What is okay? We share a bank account. What is bad for me is also bad for you.
It's like you're married.
I will also just because Sprocket says these things, it doesn't mean he actually follows through with them.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
know, but
kind of an asshole.
oh god.
Sprocket's the kind of guy who would make bomb jokes in an airport.
The best company.
But is he the kind of guy who would make bomb jokes in an airport when his friend works
More to the point, no.
for Homeland
he
Security?
might be the kind of
Like,
guy who would make bomb
I
jokes in an
gather.
airport, but is he the kind of guy who's smart enough not to make
one of
drug
those
or
types. Well, of
drug
course.
possession jokes in the middle of the
Anyways,
police?
I've got more things. No,
They said
Paperwork
they
or
don't
anything
deal
like
with the
that you need.
business.
that doesn't mean like
oh
no, this
well.
one.
Sprocket doesn't
Good
even
luck.
know where a black market is.
And I can put in
It's a good
a
thing.
want to add for you if you.
All right. So Roscoe does his best to sort of cover for him. Don't mind my friend, he's an imbecile.
Yeah, of course.
He's entirely too smart for his
If
own
I hear
good.
of any more business, I'll see if I can guide them your way.
No, not at all. I wouldn't want to get in your way.
First, we'll rent an office, and then we'll get clients. Wait,
Yeah, we'll do.
now we have an office rent. Oh, we need clients.
Yes, please. Either way, cargo or no. At present, we do need some crew.
Ben's not listening, so he can't hear how hilarious this is to me.
Preferably.
He's got his headphones off. Had his headphones.
Looking for some enterprising types with a bit of
That's
initiative.
okay. I just made the comment of, we'll rent an office, and then we'll find clients. All right, we've got an office rented.
We do that.
Now we have to pay rent. Now we need clients. How do you get clients?
We have an arrangement with CD. We just need to expand on that. So, Ben's not listening to what?
You just need to very carefully and instantaneously accomplish everything you need to do immediately. Including things which are literally impossible because the people who need to sign things do not
Literally,
exist.
that's what we just did.
Get an office.
I actually have a list of important people who may need something. But
Wait,
first things first, we
Yes.
still need these damned signatures, right? So like everything that is holding us up right now is that we've got to find Anastasia.
Nope.
yes.
Ta-da!
Yes, sorry. This was the bitterness towards business. It's
Anastasia exists.
the factoid of yes,
It's an
I need
established character in the
everything
world.
to do
She's
anything.
somewhere, right?
But I can't have just one thing. I need to simultaneously
did that.
establish
Ta-da.
all things somehow.
Just did what?
The real challenge
that's
of
what he
owning
was
a boat is
By
the
him.
rest of the stuff. Well, of owning a ship.
I think that comment that he made was dripping with sarcasm. He's still being keeper.
Oh, very well.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yes, the shop whose name I definitely blank on. Tinctures, thank you. Yes. Good, because I was like, oh, it's a thing. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to drill into my places every time you guys do that to me.
So, I want to
Points
stop
of
in
interest.
on the
Tinctures.
shop
It's
then
literally the
before
only
we
one
leave
I have
town.
written
The
down
shop,
in the town.
which
I need to
is
improve
the
that.
sister of Cities Enterprise,
But it is
right?
the one I forget all the time. All right. So
Tinctures.
Ah,
you head off to Tinctures. It's getting very late.
I've had that memorized for 8 weeks now. It
Ah.
became relevant.
And speaking of which, I think that's a good point to wrap for the evening. Now that you've managed to
I'm
kind
becoming
of
Roscoe.
figure out
Not
a
going to be able to forget
direction.
anything eventually.
Oh no, this sounds like an actual direction. You have an actual to-do list, not a vague concept of, we'll just do these things and they'll be simple. Now you're like, oh, right, we need to get this signature,
Yes.
cargo,
Okay, next day.
and out of this port.
All right.
that's fair.
No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me.
No, we've said that
Yes.
8 weeks in a row too.
Yeah.
Don't
Do you
get-
like the link I
don't
gave you
jinx
guys
it.
for your calculator? It's
That seems reasonable. That's awful and I hate it.
Yes, I was just going there and looking at how complex this is. Well done.
I see nothing wrong with this whatsoever.
A handout? Maybe I'm just extra thick. Where's this link?
It's in the
ELSS, bad luck.
Oh, okay. He put it right on the ship.
Well, a mortgage is just a loan, like a large loan.
Ugh.
So,
right.
What I think is funny is Sprocket is acting like Haywald's
I
better.
feel like this
for
is your social experiment
I can't
to
wait till
see
you go to Haywald.
how much players will put up with.
Okay, what's the running list?
Loan. It's gonna
DMV.
be.
escrow,
Yeah. It was like mortgage, escrow,
DMV in hell.
Yeah. Fucking
Auction.
TSA.
I will add, as Sprocket, do you remember what the legal the legal written language of the laws in Haywald are?
Oh my god, it's gonna be
I don't
fucking
know.
gnomes. They're gonna be. Oh.
I don't know.
All over the
I don't know. I would let you tell me.
Yeah. The contracts.
No, that's 38B stroke 6.
Possibly.
Thank you.
Let him finish.
No, I don't. I've never been.
Not that I've enjoyed this. Everything will be easier once we have. Oh my god, what is this thing we have now?
That's what Ninda's thinking. Yeah. By the way, just for future reference, I can leave this guild whenever I want, right? I hate you. What have you done to me?
It's cheaper than my Mason's Guild dues.
What do I get out of this? I do? Okay, that's not so bad then. But I have no other obligations, right? Anyway, enough of your. Thank you. Indeed.